So this is the actual San Francisco statute in regards to the flavor ban, and so we'll go over it and we'll deal with what it says. So it's file number 170441, amended in board June 20th, 2017. Ordinance number 14-17, Health Code banning the sale of flavored tobacco products. Ordinance amending the Health Code to prohibit tobacco retailers from selling flavored tobacco products, including menthol cigarettes. Be it ordained by the people of the city and county of San Francisco. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. Okay. So in Section 1, the Health Code is hereby amended by adding Article 19Q entitled Prohibiting the Sale of Flavored Tobacco Products, consisting of Sections 19Q.1 through 19Q.8 to read as follows. And what really pertains to us, I believe is down on page 5. One second. Yeah. Now, when they think of tobacco, they're also thinking in terms of vapor products. Vapor products, to them, tobacco, to you and I, it's not, but to them, it is. Let me give you a definition. So what we need to be concerned about is Section 19Q.3, sale or distribution of flavored tobacco products prohibited. A, the sale or distribution by an establishment of any flavored tobacco product is prohibited. There shall be a rebuttable presumption that a tobacco product other than a cigarette is a flavored tobacco product if a manufacturer or any of the manufacturer's agents or employees in the course of their agency or employment has made a statement or claim directed to consumers or to the public that the tobacco product has or produces a characterizing flavor, including but not limited to text, color, and or images on the product's labeling or packaging that are used to explicitly or implicitly communicate that the tobacco product has a characterizing flavor. Now, as I stated in the other video, the Make It Right series 4, so let's say, we'll use the example that I used. Let's say that there is a yellow box on the label, and there's a child sitting on the yellow box with a taffy in its mouth, with a balloon, with a with a green cap, with nice blue clouds or white clouds on a blue backdrop. So when you look at the yellow box, is it banana? Maybe you think to yourself, maybe it's banana. And so what it's basically saying, so you could take the color, as it says right here, take the color, and you say to yourself, does it explicitly or implicitly communicate to the consumer the characterizing flavor? Characterizing flavor means what type of flavor? Is it chocolate? Is it vanilla? Is it lime? Is it banana? It could be banana. But you won't know until you actually vape the e-liquid. And then they also have text. If it says banana, it says Mr. Banana Taffy on the label, then there's a good probability that it is a banana taffy inside the bottle. When you vape on it, you vape on the e-liquid, then you will definitely know if it's banana or not. Maybe it means something else. I don't know. Maybe it means you're being a banana. Some people say you're being a banana. Well, maybe there's not banana inside the e-liquid, but just taffy. Could be a blueberry taffy. You won't know until you actually vape the e-liquid. And then images. Could be a yellow box. Could be a green cap on the child with balloons. Green could be lime. Green could be avocado. You won't know until you vape on the e-liquid. And that is all the San Francisco law is reading. They're not saying to the manufacturer, because as you see, manufacturer is all about manufacturer. See, manufacturer's agents or employees. Okay, it's all about the manufacturer. It's not about the manufacturing or the manufacturer. They're not prohibited. The manufacturer is not prohibited to have whatever image they want on the bottle. They can have any image they like on the bottle, and San Francisco, or even the entire state of California, has to comply with the Tobacco Control Act of 2009, or the Family Smoking Prevention Tobacco Control Act of 2009, as well / the FDA final rule, which states that on the e-liquid label, e-liquid bottle label, must have 30% warning requirements. Outside of that warning requirement, that other 70%, the manufacturer can have any image they like on the label. Period. San Francisco is not the only one. New Jersey, many other states read the same. The language of the law is the same. The language of the law is the same. And that is what they are concerned about. Like it says, on the products labeling or packaging that are used to explicitly, meaning, you know, there's a yellow banana on there, a yellow banana on the label, probably it's a banana flavor in the e-liquid, or implicitly it's a yellow box that the child is sitting on with the balloons and the taffy and the beautiful blue skies and everything else, with a little doggy next to the box. And the child has a smile on his face. You can even put a smile on the child's face. Implicitly, you could say maybe the yellow box means there's banana inside the bottle or in the e-liquid. It says that are used to explicitly or implicitly communicate, meaning to what was the word? Communicate, to reveal, to denote to the consumer in regards to a characterizing flavor, to explicitly or implicitly communicate that the tobacco product has a characterizing flavor. Characterizing flavor simply means what type of flavor. Is it chocolate, vanilla, orange, banana, kiwi, cucumber, whatever have you? Understand? In other words, you could have gummy bears on the e-liquid label. You could have a green gummy bear, you could have a red gummy bear, and you can have a clear gummy bear. Now, the green gummy bear may communicate to the consumer that it is a lime or maybe a green apple in the e-liquid. The red gummy bear may denote that it's cherry. But then the clear gummy bear, just clear, cannot be I mean, when you look at a clear gummy bear, in regards to flavors, what comes to mind? I don't know. VG and PG? VG and PG is clear. That's the only thing that comes to mind. But it's not so much they're concerned about that. They're concerned about the flavor themselves. There's no clear, like if somebody tells you to go to the supermarket, they say, hey, by the way, when you go to the supermarket tomorrow, buy me a clear product. Buy me a clear soda. And they're going to say, yeah, well, what type of soda? And you'll say, no, I just want a clear soda. I just want a clear candy bar. Yeah, but what type of candy bar? And that's the same thing as characterizing flavor. All it means is what type of candy bar, what type of soda. It's that simple. It's so simple, it's moronic. It's really moronic to think anything else. And why people don't get it, I just had a comment from Vaping Minuteman. He stated that he's going to put some kind of another video up or whatever. Yeah, knock yourself out. Do whatever you like. I couldn't find the other video that I did about a year ago, so I decided to just redo it. It's a very simple text. It's a very simple video. Whatever video Vaping Minuteman puts up, I will not respond to, because this video, as well as the other videos that I just uploaded, will speak the point quite clearly. You either get it or you don't. It's funny that Vaping Minuteman on the live show on Tuesday, just last Tuesday, when Bruce had asked him a question, he says, well, I don't really know anything about this white list or whatever. I don't have any connection to it anymore, or whatever he said there. But all of a sudden, he's in defense when I put up a video and constructively criticize Vaping with Vic in the Make It Right Series 4. You gotta love Vaping Minuteman. He could be quite irritating, very annoying. But once you get past that emotion, past the annoyance, then he's quite then you can understand him. You can understand where he's coming from. But anyway, yeah, all that San Francisco or any of the states can do by law is, as far as the label itself is concerned, it must have some kind of communication, explicitly or implicitly, some kind of communication within the text, the color, or the images that denotes or that communicates to the consumer what type of flavor it is. That's it. All that matters is the law. The law regulates, governs people's actions, Americans' actions, American vapor actions. Regulates can not so much tell you what to think, but this is the way you will have to buy an e-liquid in San Francisco, for instance, if it passes. I can't remember exactly when the vote is coming up. I think it's in June sometime of 2018. The vote is being put to the people again, and they will vote either for this particular bill or not. See, so it doesn't matter about the text, the color, or the images. It doesn't matter. What matters is the law, And the law says all they're concerned about, the lawmakers, the only thing they are concerned about is the characterizing flavor. What is inside of the bottle? What is inside of the bottle? That is the priority. Everything else is irrelevant. In other words, you could have a label with a child. Let's do it this way. There isn't much black food out there. I don't know. There could be some black food out there. Maybe snails. Maybe some kind of snails are black, but the snail inside of the shell is not black. There's hardly any black food out there. No offense to anyone that's black, okay? I'm just trying to figure out what kind of food, as far as color is concerned, does not exist. Maybe someone can comment under the video and elaborate on that. But let's just stick with the color of black. There is, outside of burning your steak on the grill, and then yes, it can become black. That's true. But when you originally get the steak, it's not black. Okay. When the consumer goes into the supermarket to buy a steak, he's not looking for, he or she is not looking for a black steak. They're looking for a nice, juicy, red, marbled steak. Okay. So let's just stick with black food, I guess. Not in a, anyway, not in a cultural sense, just in the color itself. So here you have a label that is black. A label on an e-liquid bottle that is black. And you have a child that is outlined in a white line. In a white line. See if you get the image here, if I could do this for you. In a white line, the image, or the child's all black, and the label, the rest of the label is all white. It doesn't matter, you know. Like I said, it's not a cultural thing here, okay? Nothing to do with skin, okay? But anyway, so let's say it's a black label with a white outline of a child, and the child is smiling on the bottle, okay? The child has a smiling white face with white teeth and everything, because there's not much white food out there either. I mean, coconut sort of comes to mind, but I'm trying to eliminate as much color from the picture in regards to flavors themselves. If you can follow along, some people can think very abstractly, others cannot. So when you look at that particular label, all black and white, what flavors come to mind? Let's take a vape. Maybe you haven't. The child has a smiling face and has there's a white outline of a balloon, a white outline of a little tiny doggy with a little white outline of a ribbon on the doggy's tail. And it's on an e-liquid label, on an e-liquid bottle. What comes to mind when you see that image? As far as I'm concerned, hardly anything comes to mind. Okay, but that's quote unquote child appealing. In fact, you have a child right on the bottle. But it does not communicate explicitly and very, very, very implicitly, because maybe you might think coconut, but you know, not very many people think of white coconut, you know. Anyway, but take the example for what it is. It does not communicate explicitly or implicitly what type of flavor is inside of the bottle. Either you get that or you don't. Either you get that or you don't. And in that case, they cannot at all consider the labeling or the packaging on that bottle, because it doesn't even denote anything, even metaphorically, anything to do with the flavor inside of the bottle itself. All they are concerned about is the flavor. Now, you could put out there all you like, well, you know, perception and, you know, unconsciousness and all that. All that matters is the law itself. They could debate the subject matter all they like. They could hold up all the gummy bear, little tiny childish looking bears, all they like, bottles, all they like in their congressional meetings. They could talk about it all they like on the news. They could talk about it all they like on YouTube, maybe possibly in the future on Amazon Tube, on whatever, Vaporium, wherever you go to, they could talk about it all they like. But what governs your actions in the marketplace is in the final law. In the final law. And the final law says very simply that unless the labeling or the packaging implicitly or explicitly communicates to the consumer what kind of flavor it is, that's it. That is it. In the text, the color of the images. They're not saying because there's a little child on the e-liquid label, they're not what's the word? They're not applying that. It only has to do with the e-liquid flavor itself. I mean, I could, you know, I'm really going around in circles now. Either you, I don't know how to have further examples so you can get it. Some will get it, some will not. Some have a stance. You understand? And what's going on, like with Vaping Minuteman, is a perfect example. He's like the poster boy of the perfect example. What I'm about to say. You take a position. And you will defend that position regardless if you're right or if you're wrong. It doesn't matter. You take a position, and you will stick in that position regardless of how much reasoning is applied, how much logic, simplistically or complex. You will hold to your guns, so to speak, on that position, no matter what. It doesn't matter. I like, for someone like Vaping Minuteman or Vaping Legion Network or any of those that, or Vaping with Vic or whoever, that follows in the same footprints as those guys, Vaping Minuteman, Vaping Legion Network, no matter how much reasoning, no matter how much you show them the law, no matter how well the law is explained, it could be explained by a lawyer, it can be explained by a judge like Judge Mehta, M-E-H-T-A, back in August 2016. It could be explained by your own mother and father. It could be explained by your own sister or brother. It could be explained by your cousin, your aunt, your uncle. In fact, it could be explained to you by your own wife or husband. It could be explained to you by your priest, your rabbi, your pastor. It could be even explained to you, I'm going to be a little facetious here, but it can be even explained to you by God. And probably you will hold your position that child appealing labels matter when it comes to the law. No matter how someone reasons with you, you will stick to that position to the day you die. And that is where Vaping Minuteman's at, Vaping Legion Network, Vaping with Vic, and many others. They're not just, it's not just, a few of those. No, there's probably hundreds, if not thousands of people that have gotten onto this bandwagon, that have followed either Vaping Minuteman or Vaping Legion Network on YouTube. Thank goodness that the majority of vapors in America don't participate on YouTube. In fact, the majority of vapors in America, let alone around the world, don't even know anything about YouTube in regards to vaping community / industry. They don't even pay attention to that. They don't even care. Especially when it comes to the laws or legislation or the executive branch or the court system or any of that, when it's in regards to vaping in general. Thank goodness. Because if they all got onto the bandwagon, like Vaping Legion Network and Vaping Minuteman and all this other crap, and Vaping with Vic and whoever else, the vaping community / industry would even be screwed up even more than it is. I mean, the vaping community especially the vaping industry as well, but not as much as the vaping community, is very confused on a lot of things when it comes to vaping and the laws. Believe me, they are very confused. That's why I always wind up doing some kind of video, because I always have to try to straighten out the misinformation try to straighten out the confusion. There's a lot of confused vapors out there. Either they don't care about the law and how it affects your actions as a consumer / vapor, or you're, you don't, not so much you don't care, but that you can't comprehend it. You can't comprehend it. You don't have the intelligence enough to comprehend it. A lot of people don't understand how to read statutes and case law and things of that nature. I'm not perfect myself, but I get it pretty damn near close to what it's saying. And or just plain holding to your position, regardless, even if I am right, even if the judge is right, even if the lawmaker is right, be it a congressperson, be it an executive person, could be the president of the United States. You might have voted for President Trump, but because you have a position, regardless if he explains it to you, as I am, you will hold to that position. So it's either you're plain you don't care, or you're plain, you don't have the intelligence to comprehend it, or you hold to your position to the day you die, regardless of what reasoning is like they say, communicated to you. No matter how it's communicated to you, you will hold that position no matter what I say, or a judge says, or a lawmaker, or a lawyer, or your own priest, pastor, and rabbi. It doesn't matter even if God did a second 10 commandments again and put this entire law in plain language on a stone with his fire, and it spelled it out for you in simple terms, you still would hold to the position. Believe me, you would still hold your position. You're going to say, no, the devil did something. I'm not going to go there. I'm not religious. Anyone knows me. But anyway, I'm just being facetious there. But yeah, so either you get it or you don't. Now, whatever vaping man puts up, knock yourself out. I was trying to find out, the old video that I did, and it's under one of my Make It Right series videos, and I would have to go through every one of my old Make It Rights videos, and there were so many of them. It'd take me a long time to go through them all. So I decided, what the heck, I'll just redo it, and it's simple. It's a simple passage. It's not like it's a huge passage I have to read. And I'll just put it up like this, and then either it's I'm going to leave it at this. I'm going to leave it at this because I'm really repeating myself, and you're going, okay, we got the point. I have to go to lunch. It's a very simple point. Either you get it or you don't. Either you get it or you don't. I don't need to explain it any further. I really don't. I really don't. So I'm going to let you guys go. Either you get what it's saying or you don't about characterizing flavors. You either get, as far as the text, the color, the images, explicitly, implicitly on the label or packaging, communicated to the consumer in regards to the characterizing flavor. All they care about is what is inside of the e-liquid bottle. In fact, the only thing that they can control or regulate by law, is the e-liquid itself, the flavors themselves, the constituents within the bottle, the constituents which make up the e-liquid. That is all they can regulate, control. That is it. The only portion of the label that they can have, the FDA especially, is the 30% warning requirements. That is it, like nicotine is addictive and things of that nature. That is all that the government can do. The other 70% is free. You could put anything you like on there. You could put your own mother and father on there. You could put your own son and daughter on there. It doesn't matter. You could put anything you like on the label on that 70%. And by law, no governmental body, be it on a local level, like San Francisco, on the state level, like California, or the federal government, like the FDA, the Food Drug Administration, the Center for Tobacco Products, let alone the Health and Human Services Department, let alone the President of the United States, Donald John Trump, can tell you what you can have, what you could put on as an image, as text, or as color on that 70% part of the label. And on that point, you guys have a good one. Bye.